StJ Tiger Nation, where St. James sports comes to life. We're here to bring you closer to the teams, the athletes, the coaches, and the stories that make St. James special. Local teams, real stories, stronger together. Let's get... All right, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Huddle. StJ Tiger Nation here with Inside the Huddle. We are having a good time. It's Mo Huddle Media is our kind of our backer behind this. Season 1, episode 4 for St. James. And we are here with the legendary Bri Hodge, head cross-country coach for the St. James Tigers. Bri, man, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you doing this. It's great.
I tell you, it's a lot of fun. And, we were talking beforehand, I see you for, I think about all the other things you do. Then I was like, man, I saw you doing the cross-country stuff. So I'm like, it's kind of cool. We're going to talk about it. And for now, hopefully you've seen some of these previous ones we've been doing. What we're doing here that we've, with Inside the Huddle, done 3 years of this with Rolla and have done 250 episodes basically for them, and we're trying to do the same thing here and cover a lot of the sports. We'll talk to the coaches, we'll talk to some players, we'll do senior spotlights, senior night stuff. We'll do it and just kind of push a little bit more out there to the community. Kind of find it going to be a fun thing. Now, since there may be people out there that are new to the community, because people move in and stuff, because they're going to know who you are. If not, is what I'm getting at. So, but just in case there's people that are new here, they got the kids moving in here, they're like, hey, what's going on here with StJ Tiger Nation and Inside the Huddle? And yeah, I've heard of Coach Hodge, but I don't really know Coach Hodge. So, Coach, give a little bit of your background.
Okay, so I grew up here in St. James. Lived here, graduated from here, went to college in Florida at the University of North Florida. I played basketball there, and then I went into the Navy. And then I got out of the Navy, and I started working for Walmart Distribution Center out in California and kind of had them move me back to St. James. And I always knew I wanted to teach. I always said I would never coach. Here I am, 17 years in.
Yeah.
But I coached a lot of basketball, probably I think 16 years of basketball from, the kids who were in 5th grade. And then I coached middle school boys for about 10 years, and middle school girls for 2. And then I took a year off and they needed a cross country coach, and my son runs cross country. And I said, well, I'm going to the meets anyway.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd give it a shot. So here I am, 1 year in and ready for the next one to start. So
I tell you, the thing about coaching is coaches are coaches. Whether, that sport is your sport, your primary sport, how to coach. So, and we're talking about this too, is you do the research, you do the planning, you learn about the stuff, you learn as you go, but you know how to encourage, you know how to challenge, you know how to put people in positions to be successful. And that's just kind of learning the stuff as you go along.
yeah.
And that's where, again, I think about that with you, and I'm like, with your pedigree, with your background, with your competitiveness and the success you've had. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. And it's, I've learned through all that time and, serving in leadership positions in the military and everything else, just, it's all about building relationships with your people, with your kids, with your team. And, that's where you get what you want out of them. And you breathe into them, like what you want, kind of person you want them to be.
Yeah.
It's more than just about the sport.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the whole life lessons you get, that the opportunity to make an impact.
yes.
Again, it happens in teachers, it happens in life, it happens in volunteers, but in sports, you also have that competition that goes with it, the competitiveness, the ups and downs, the heartbreaks that are a little more common than you're going to see in a classroom. You got the relationship within your teammates, that you're striving together, and it is such great life lessons, and the ability to share that. And I know it's meaningful for you. I mean, just from the years and thinking about when, coming over at the youth program and battling and everything. It's a tremendous opportunity. And so let's talk about, so you've been doing this now for 2 years?
This will be my second year.
It'll be your second year.
Yeah.
So last year's your first year. More time about, you had one senior last year.
Yes.
So let's recap a little bit about, how that went, how everything went. Cause again, cross country, you're not thinking about winning and losing meets.
Right.
Because the number of participants that you have and everything, it's more about the individuals, performing.
Right. Right. Yeah, we had one senior last year, Johnny Perkins. He is actually going to Evangel this year. He's starting up there, and I think he's planning on running for them next year and practicing with them this year. And that was last year. I think was the first time that he actually had a team, enough boys to have a full team to run with. And we won the St. James meet, and that was such a I got goosebumps just thinking about it. My hair is standing up on my
Yeah, I
arms.
got
I
some
mean,
too. Like, I got you
yeah,
too.
I
I
mean,
got
it was a huge day for a lot of reasons. We had lost a student the night before,
Yeah.
and the kids were close to him, and they're like, "We're doing this for him," and I mean, they went all out, and they won the meet. And Johnny was so excited. I mean, he was jumping and screaming and hugging everybody. But it was just such an awesome moment. First year that he gets to run with a team, and then to have that happen. But we had two kids, all district last year, freshman and sophomore, who are coming back this year stronger than ever and looking really good. Ashton Moreland and then Kyler Hodge. But Ashton he ended up getting all state. He ran in the state meet for the first time. So it was a lot of new, and Kyler ran in state as well. And it was kind of overwhelming, it's kind of Hoosiers-ish. You go and you measure the goal and you make sure that everything's just the same. It's just a different situation. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this year. We've got several returners, but we also have some new kids. And I want to say too, we had three boys all conference last year, and then we had Kate Stracklejohn was all conference for varsity girls, and Addie Hash was all conference for JV girls. So those two are coming back this year as well. But our entire team last year made academic all state.
Oh,
And that
excellent.
was
Oh my God.
that
That's
was
great.
that was a
That's
great thing too. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah,
They're all very good students. Distance runners are a different breed
Yeah.
all around.
Yeah,
Let's admit it,
yeah, for
But
sure.
but yeah, I was really proud of them for that. So
Yeah, that's always, man, that's because again, the student athletes and a lot of times you don't see that, but like you said, it is definitely we saw that as well through those over in Rolla. So what is the off season like?
so well, several of the kids play basketball. We didn't really run during the winter, but track season, it rolls around, and they're. I learned this year that distance track is a completely different animal from cross country. There was a huge learning curve, but once track was over, I gave them about 2 weeks, and we started in on summer workouts. The kids who have basketball, they have basketball all of June, every day, and then on the weekends, get their contact days in. So we have practice at 6 in the morning, and those kids go from running, and then they jog up here as their cool down, and they go to basketball practice.
Yeah.
Then then some of them might go to golf or whatever. So I keep it to 2 days a week in June, and then we do three days a week in July, and then we started practice officially last week.
Yeah.
Nope, this week.
Last
Last week.
week, yep. Yeah, I was gonna say
I
that.
think.
Yeah, and man, what a brutal time. And
Yeah.
I mean, you got to go early
It's so hot.
because
yeah.
even in the morning, the
Yes.
humidity. Oh my gosh, it's been brutal.
That air is thick.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really foggy out even. I mean, we're getting there this morning. It was dark when we got there. So but it's much easier to run in the mornings than the afternoons. So
Yeah, they had that the wet bulb test or
Yes.
whatever. We were talking about that and talked about the Coach Craft on Friday too about at least it's there. You know where you're at.
yeah.
You got standards. You know where you're going. And so when you're in that, you're trying to practice in the day sometime and not getting that early. It's what it is.
Yeah.
And you kind of know where you're at.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good. But having that, that's one of the things I've seen with some of the cross country runners. Ones that are real serious about it is a year-round activity that you got to do and again just to stay in shape, keep the lung capacity and
Right.
stretching, but then it translates well to so many other sports
Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
what you can do. And you don't always find that, but I know in smaller schools you'll find that a lot of times. In the larger schools they kind of specialize. If they're a cross country runner, there'll be that in track.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you see those ones that do the other sports, then they go all day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm a huge multi-sport
Yeah.
fan. Like I encourage it. I know the only reason I ran cross country in high school is to get in shape for basketball
Yeah.
season. So, I mean, I can relate to that, and I know I have some kids now who are doing it just to get in shape for basketball, and that's
Yeah.
great. I think,
Yeah.
it it is a very mentally tough sport.
Yep.
Having to push yourself to run 9 miles on a Saturday morning or something, I think all of that plays into every other sport that you're going to play. So,
Yeah, one of the things, and actually it really came about when I started doing these shows and talking to coaches, is those individual sports. So every sport I've always done has always been a team sport.
mhm,
It was never in one of the individual sports. But to watch the camaraderie that happens from those individuals that know that what they do matters to impact their team,
mhm,
but what they're looking for is their personal best. It's always their PR.
right.
It's always what they're looking at. They're not focused about necessarily winning the meet. They want to be better today than they were yesterday.
Yeah.
They're looking for incremental improvement and growth, that then everybody's doing it.
Right.
And so everybody's rising, everybody's growing, and they celebrate when somebody gets a PR, not
Oh,
just
yeah.
the win or school record. It's the individual growth, and that is just so welcoming and refreshing to see in a sports environment, right? Where
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
about that individual growing.
I mean, I love basketball, but I love cross country. I love going to the meets and you see, you know, teams are cheering on other teams.
Yeah.
They're cheering on their rivals.
Yeah.
I've seen guys running, battling out for first place.
Yeah.
One of them has a water. He's like, "Hey, you want a drink?" And there's,
Yeah,
they're in a
yeah.
dead sprint, and
Yeah.
but they're on different teams, and it's just everybody is just there to have
Yeah,
fun,
yeah.
and they push each other, and you create those rivalries with other teams and other runners, and like, I'm gonna get you this time.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they're really, and when the other one wins, they're like, that was awesome,
Yeah.
great job. They give them a hug,
Yeah.
jersey swap,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
I'll
really,
get you next time. And it's
yeah,
it's-
it's just great. I
Yeah.
just love it.
I always bring this up when I talk about this, is the greatest show on turf, and they asked Mike Martz about it, and he's like, well, we don't run the race to win it. We run it as fast as we can.
Hmm.
We do not compete with the person next to us.
Yeah,
We are only competing with ourselves.
yeah,
And everything else just falls.
yeah.
It's always kind of like that. It's kind of a little thought process
yeah.
too. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's for you. So let's take a look at what you have coming up. I mean, you guys you get a little bit later start. Looks like September 12th. Is that the kickoff, or do you got one before?
Yeah, well, we were trying to get into a couple other meets earlier, and one of them got canceled, and then the other one they filled it up. They filled up. So I have been working, and Coach Shockley has been working, trying to get another meet or two there before we go to Lynn on the 12th. Looking at some bigger meets
Yeah.
this year, and I'm pretty excited about that. We've always done the same meets, it seems, and they've all been great,
Mhm.
but just something a little different, change it up for the kids. And we're going to be going to the Chili Pepper Cross Country Festival, and that's
Okay.
at the University of Arkansas, at their cross country course. And it's a huge deal. I mean, they have high school teams, they have college teams, they have so many just people. It's just
Yeah.
it's gonna be a great environment for the kids.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but at the same time, the more experience they get running in those big crowds, the better off they're gonna be whenever it comes time for districts and state and all that. So yeah, really excited about that. Like we have we go to Gans Creek again at Rock Bridge. We went for the first time last year. We got in, and that was great. That's where they had the state meet.
course. Yeah.
Yep. And that was a new experience.
Yeah.
And we watched, we went the night before, and we watched Rolla and everybody run in the night meet. Like they ran at nighttime, and that
Yeah.
was really awesome to
Yeah.
watch. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good time. We got to practice. We ran downtown Jefferson City and ran by the Capitol
Yeah.
and along the river and stuff for
Yeah.
practice, and it was just cool. So
Yeah, it's amazing what that can do, and being in that environment, and seeing those things. And again, that's what you want to have, is these kids get experiences along the way,
yeah.
and gonna reinforce that. So now, your team wise, again, you got a younger team coming up, as you said. How do you have enough to field a full boys team this year?
Yes,
And so-
we do. We have 9 boys,
Okay.
and we have 4 girls.
Okay.
So if we could get one more girl, we'd have a full team for the girls. I'm just saying,
One more.
all we need is one.
Yeah, not too late. We got plenty of
That's
time.
right.
You got plenty of time to get your practices in for the first meet.
Exactly.
So
We'll build
let's
you
go.
up. We'll
Let's
build
go.
you up.
Let's
It'll be
get after
fine.
it.
So, but yeah, we have 2 freshmen that came in, 1 boy and a girl, and then and they're both, show promise. They work really hard, and we have 4 sophomores, 6 juniors, and 1 senior. So
Wow.
it's our juniors and sophomores are some of them are new, and then I think we have 3 or 4 returning. So I'm excited. I think we have a chance to do really well as a team.
Yeah.
And the kids are really excited about that. They want to win meets as a team. And like you said, they don't look at it like, oh, we're going to win this as a team. They look at it like, I'm going to do my best, and that's going to help my team. So I think we'll have a really good year.
So and with that, again, sophomore, junior with the state meet experience.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That says a lot. I mean, that's huge.
Yeah.
To bring back 2.
Yeah.
And to have them be underclassmen that you now have for 2 and 3 years.
Yeah, very, very exciting.
Yeah.
It's goosebumps again. Yeah, that was a great experience. And and actually, Kate Stracklejohn has state experience too. She ran state 2 years ago. She was fighting an injury last year, but she's looking really good this summer. And I think she can make it again.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be great to be able to take a team, if we get the chance. I think there is a chance that we could, depending on who's in our district. We won't find that out for a little bit, but I feel like we could do some good things this year.
That's exciting. Yeah, again, this is one of the things you're not thinking about. Hey, St. James sports, thinking that cross country, right? Because it's always the girls basketball, right?
Yeah.
The boys basketball team, and then
Right.
you don't think about all of a sudden here comes cross country up there. It's like, hey, we got a chance. We got good ambitions. We got goals. you know?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love it.
they've been working so hard this summer. I'm just really proud of them. They've all shown up. It's great.
So we talked a little bit about some coaches or how they approach things. So what have you learned most as a coach with cross country over this last year, and what are you applying, or is there anything that you've kind of adjusting this year based on what you learned over the last season?
Last season, I felt like I was drinking from a fire hose with information. It's really easy to get lost and just overwhelmed with information. There's so much data out there as far as, VO2 max and, all these, physiological things that can play into running.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, wait a minute, we're in high school.
Yeah.
We're not professional runners yet. So, I think one of the biggest things that I learned was, let's keep it simple to start. And then, I'll learn a little bit more as we go. This year we're focusing on, the kids watching their heart rate. We raised money last year. I still need to get a couple more watches, but we got the Garmin watches for them so they can see as they're running, they can see, how do I feel whenever I'm in this heart rate zone, or, and really like understanding, thank goodness for Joe Campbell and Coach Perona, because they helped me tremendously. I was bugging them 24/7 with questions.
Yeah.
What do I do about this? How do I do this? But understanding that there's more than just going out and running.
Yeah.
You add in core workouts and some upper body stuff, because your arms moving is what keeps your legs moving, and things that you don't really think about from the outside looking in. And the distance aspect is great, but you got to do intervals and speed and all these other things as well. So I'm just trying to kind of put it all together this year a little bit better than I did last year. So I just want the kids to do well. And they call me out like, oh, that was too hard. That was way too fast. There's no way I could do that. I'm like, okay, my math might be wrong. ChatGPT. But they've been patient with me. I'm very appreciative of their grace. But yeah, there's just so much to it. There's so much that you can learn, and I'm learning that I love it. I just love trying to learn all these things, and trying to help the kids and them seeing their progress because of it is just awesome.
Yeah, that's that impact. Gotta have it. Gotta love it. Before we get into some final questions, let's jump into again some of the sponsors, talk about them. Appreciate I talk about Kobe Juan Skills Academy, does a great job, does sports development over there. He's got some groups going on. So the Juan Sports Complex is brand new. 2 basketball courts, also have the volleyball courts in there. They got pickleball courts. They're going to have stuff for wrestling is going to come in and use it, youth wrestling.
That's awesome.
Homeschool Association, a lot of organizations are looking at bringing it. They'll have a weight facility in there that they're getting moved in and out, do strength and conditioning, things like that. So it can be a lot of fun. Again, Kobe's does great jobs. He's trained Ethan for years. Appreciate everything he does. The other one I like to talk about is JP Maxwell, season ticket 104.9, normally on Tuesdays from 5 to 6. Starting September 9th, it will be Mondays from 5 to 6. Talks about everything here, local sports, as well as talk about the Cardinals and the Chiefs or Mizzou and however it goes on. So a lot of good stuff. We'll talk about Illinois there this year too, as I jump back on there. We'll add that little mix in there. So that'll be a lot of fun. So appreciate JP Maxwell over there. Jackie Morozowitz in full bloom. Backdrop Rental does a lot of things for the senior signings. Always appreciate what she does as well. So I got a couple questions. I've been asking this kind of a standard question. Fantasy football. You play fantasy football?
I do.
Okay. Can you share?
Not well.
oh, there it comes out.
I mean, I've won a couple seasons, in the family fantasy
Yeah.
football league, but yeah, I'm not very good at it.
Is it so? What do you got? What's your team name? Can you say it?
Yeah, I can't. It's You Got Hodged.
You got Hodge. I got that. So yeah, because I got like the You Got Mossed
Right.
thing too, and you got Hodge. That just happened.
Yeah.
Come from behind. You got the other people you're playing that put up the most points, and then until they play you, and you could be one of those. Like
Yes.
I was one of those. Is be like, oh, oh wow, I just went nuts on that game. How'd that happen? Yeah, I love it. So okay, so winning it is not always at the forefront of. I mean, you'd like to, but it's not something that you're.
I mean,
you
yeah,
wanna get
I just
there.
don't have the time
Yeah.
to, I mean, I'm sitting there, you guarantee you on Sundays and Mondays, I'm just looking up.
Yeah.
And then you got 2 guys playing against each other, and I don't know who to cheer for.
Yeah. That fantasy
But-
football's made it rough doing that.
Yeah, definitely. But more fun to watch overall too. So
And I have to, I honestly, I don't know a lot of the names anymore. I
Mhm.
don't follow like I used to because I kind of went more into the local stuff. And yeah, so I don't even know who these players are. I'm like,
neither.
I was like, hey, where's Kurt Warner? I'm trying to draft Kurt Warner last night. And they said, oh, he's not playing, Dad. I said, really? Okay. Oh, I watched him on TV the other day, Dad. That was NFL Network showing replays. Oh, dang it. No, I'm joking. So here's one I've been kind of doing this little competition thing. Okay. So you got to go run a cross country race. Okay. So you ran in high school at least. Because again, again, Bri, legendary basketball player. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you're the name that comes up. And now, so I'm thinking cross country. Okay, that makes sense. You didn't stay in shape. But let's say you got to go out now and run.
With my current body.
Yeah.
ailments? Oh, geez.
And so now, who you calling out?
Can't run.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Who you calling out? Then you say, yeah, I'm going to take them
Oh, somebody like,
on your on the St. James athletic staff.
oh my goodness. Ooh, that's a tough question. I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of everybody. I'm like, well, I don't really know.
Well, let's flip it. Who do you definitely not want to have to race? Or let's say you're doing a combo. It's combo time.
Okay.
You and somebody else. So it's a tag team.
Okay.
Who do you want to be your partner to make sure you win the cross country meet out of all the staff members? Who's your first round draft pick in the fantasy cross country draft? Let's put it that way.
They have to be on staff now, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say, oh man, you're making me think. I'm gonna go just because like of the grit,
Yeah.
Becky Wantland.
Okay.
And she helps
Good
with
for-
wrestling.
yeah.
So yeah.
So Grit, you're gonna power
she's
through it.
gonna, yeah.
You're gonna
she's
knock up
gonna
that urge.
tear people
I
up.
got this. All right, Becky.
She's gonna win.
All right, let's see what you got. Because Bri and I are not. We are not going out.
I'm
there
gonna
doing
walk
that
up
stuff.
to you and tag you, and it's your
Yeah.
turn.
I'm gonna think about it. I'll get behind the mic and say, hey, "Good job, you're doing." Tapping out right off the bat.
She's got a gym. She's in shape now.
Oh my gosh, there you go. Let's have at it. Get after it. All right. Well, Bri, hey, thanks a lot.
I
Thanks a lot for doing
appreciate it.
this. We'll try and, like I said, do this on a periodic basis, kind of do some check-ins, see how things are
Sure.
going. Really appreciate it. And again, thanks to everybody for watching. And I know, Jimmytown is, I like to say
I
Jimmytown.
say Jimmytown all
Do
the
you
time.
really?
I do. I do.
Okay, so you're the first person. So I've been saying
I-
Jimmytown. And it's like, I'm like, what do you think? I'm like Jimmytown talk or something like that.
Yeah.
Jimmytown rap,
I've always called it Jimmytown since I was in high school.
Okay.
Just because.
Yeah, I think it's
easy,
cool. I think it's
Yeah.
cool. And so I haven't, everyone's like, oh, I never heard that. Man, I'm trying to find a way to get Jimmytown in the, because I like that. I think it's kind of cool.
We'll figure out a way.
We'll get it done. All right. Well, hey, thanks a lot for joining us. Bri, appreciate everything,
you.
man. Best of luck on the season coming up, man. Excited to see the progress. I think it's gonna be a fun year for you.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. Thank you.
All right. So I'm Tom Brown for Coach Hodge. Thank you for joining us. And from inside the huddle, the heart of the game, we'll see you next time.